Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you something different. I'm going to share with you the top 5 breakfasts that I ate with gestational diabetes. When you have gestational diabetes, I feel like you get scared of trying new things. You're sick and tired of eating the same old things over and over. I can't tell you how many times I've heard from people that if they have to see another egg, they're gonna vomit. Warning though, this does contain eggs, so sorry to say that, but it does. You just can't get away from it, really. So here are the top 5 breakfasts that I ate with gestational diabetes, and these are breakfasts that I ate all the way until the end of my pregnancy, so they're appropriate for more advanced gestational diabetes. Because if you have gestational diabetes, you know that as you go further along, you can tolerate less and less carbohydrates. Your body doesn't process the sugars as much or as well as they did earlier in the pregnancy. So these are the things that I could eat all the way through. Oh, and since I can't eat 5 breakfasts today, I'm only gonna make one of them, and the rest of them I'll talk you through. The first thing I'm gonna be making is a breakfast sandwich, which I'm sure everyone has had. I'm gonna make mine with these Thomas English muffins. Sorry, the package has been smushed a little because we ate some of them. 100% whole wheat. I still eat these now, and my son eats them as well. They have 22 grams of carbohydrates and 5 grams of protein. So maybe that's doable for you, maybe it's not, but if it is, I suggest these and toast them. So I'm going to toast one of these while I get my pan heated up. Alright, so in this breakfast sandwich, we're going to be using 1 egg and ham. Now, when you make this breakfast sandwich, you can use any breakfast meat that you choose. I'm using ham because it's easy. Some other things that I have used in the past are bacon. This is the kind we're currently getting. It's thick cut. Or sausage, and this is a new sausage. I actually haven't tried this. The last time I had sausage, I made it myself, which is pretty easy. You just take the ground pork and mix it with any spices that you please. I found a recipe online, made it, and then made them into patties and then froze them and just popped some out of the freezer whenever I made this breakfast sandwich. This one looks good though. The reason why I steer away from pre-made sausage generally is because of the ingredients. These ones, this only contains pork, water, 2% or less of the following: sea salt, cane sugar, natural flavoring, and spices. So this one seems pretty okay. All right, my pan is heating up right now. I am just going to get a pat of butter to stick in the pan. This is just so the egg doesn't stick. Just gonna pop it in there. Excuse this shirt. It's like super unflattering, but I'm running out of outfits that fit. I'm not pregnant. It may look like I am. I am not pregnant. All right, melt that butter in the pan. And I usually only do it in one side of the pan because we're gonna use the other side for our meat. Alright, if you are super lazy like I am, you're not going to scramble the egg beforehand. This is how I make it. Oh, it looks like an egg cracked in there. I'm going to have to clean that out. Alright, so here's my egg. Okay, let me get a fork. I'm just going to literally crack it into the pan. And then I'll show you. This is what it looks like in the pan. And then, because I don't have time to scramble it beforehand because I'm going to work or I'm busy doing other stuff, I'll literally just do that. All right, so this is cooking right now, and now is the time when you want to get out your ham if you're using ham. I have some of this ham off the bone that I got from the deli counter. And some people don't like to have deli meat when they're pregnant because they're afraid of the, I guess, listeria on the lunch meat. But if you cook it, there's no problem. So this solves that problem. All right, so this is like bubbling up, if you can see that. I'm going to get a spatula. This one's like partially melted. I accidentally melted it one time. You can see it right there. Oopsie. All right. Egg is going. So this has been cooking for a little while now. It's pretty solid on the back side. So I'm just gonna take it and flip it. Whoops, sorry about that. And then I'm also going to take that piece of ham and flop it in the other side. So this kills that bacteria if you're afraid about the bacteria on deli ham. And it also kind of makes it warm and toasty in the English muffin is done toasting, so take that out. I like mine lightly toasted. And we'll just set that off to the side while we finish up our egg and ham. It's looking pretty good. I'm gonna pop this over. See, it's like all nice and toasty there. Gonna flip this again, make sure it's fully cooked. Now's the time you would want to add cheese. If you want cheese on your breakfast sandwich. No, let's go ahead and add cheese. And the ham is pretty much done at this point. So you can either flip it again or you can go ahead and put it on your English muffin. All right, it is done cooking. I've just turned off the pan. I'm gonna load up my sandwich and show it to you. All right, I just finished this breakfast sandwich and here is what it looks like. You got your English muffin, ham, egg, and then the cheese is in there too, you can see. It is a little bit bigger than the English muffin, so you could fold those pieces in if that bothered you, or you can just cut them off and eat them separately. That's what I'm probably gonna do. And that is breakfast number 1. You can switch this sandwich up by using different breads. You can use this. These are Arnold sandwich thins. They have got, let's see here what it says. Looks like 21 grams of carbohydrates and 5 grams of protein. And they've got different versions of this as well, so you can find something that fits your diet best. You could use these things called, I think they're called flat outs. I'll put it in the description box. I used a bunch of those as well. I don't have them around anymore because I ate them so much that I got sick of them. But they are another great option. I think I used the one that said protein on it. I'll link it below, I'll find it. So those, in addition to switching out the bread, you can switch out the toppings. You can use a different meat, you can use different cheeses. Sometimes I chose not to use cheese and I'd put a dab of ketchup or a dab of mayonnaise, which some people think is gross, but I think it's fine. All right, now I'm going to share with you breakfast number 2. And it is also an easy breakfast. This is a great one for work because it literally takes 2 minutes to put together. So, I probably eat this one the most, to be honest, and I still eat this today. It is a veggie burger. Now, depending on your body and how it's processing carbohydrates, you might have to play around with this a bit because there are so many different types of veggie burgers and they all have different nutrition, they all have different carbohydrates. So take a look at them and see if there's one that might work for you. The ones that I ended up eating the most were this Boca grilled veggie burgers, and also these Boca vegan veggie burgers. The grilled vegetable one has 7 grams of carbohydrates and 12 grams of protein. And the original vegan one has 6 carbohydrates and 13 grams of protein. Another one of my favorites, although I didn't have this one as much, I eat this one more now actually, is the Boca original chicken patties. These have 14 grams of carbohydrates and 12 grams of protein. Another brand that I like a lot that I don't have any of right now are the Morningstar Farms veggie burgers, and I had mostly, I believe, the grillers while I had gestational diabetes, and I don't know the nutrition label information off of that. They also have a grilled vegetable burger, veggie patty. I call it veggie patty or veggie burger. It's one of those. I'll link it below. I also really like that one, although I didn't have it a lot while I had gestational diabetes because I think the carbohydrate count is a little bit higher. Can't remember off the top of my head, but I really like that one. It tastes kind of like stuffing. Anyway, if you're not into like the fake burger type of thing, you could always just sub in a regular burger, make a couple extra over the weekend. I think you can buy some pre-made like Bubba Burger or something. I'm sure those aren't too healthy, but I'm sure there's like a healthier brand you could get. Have a burger in the morning. Some people don't like non-breakfast food in the morning, but I really like it. 9 times out of 10, this is what I eat for breakfast now because it's super fast and I don't tend to steer towards breakfast food. So I have those, and I have them a couple different ways. I have it with that bread that I mentioned earlier, the Flippets or the Flat Outs or whatever they are. They're like a circular flatbread, but it's like a soft flatbread. So you can easily bend it and make it into a sandwich. It's got like a really bready texture, so it's kind of nice to have with a veggie burger. Another option is these sandwich thins. I had these a lot when I got sick of the other bread. And another one that might be good for you is these Pepperidge Farm whole wheat buns. These have 22 grams of carbohydrates and 7 grams of protein, which is similar to these sandwich thins that have 21 carbohydrates and 5 grams of protein. So if you think you can't have a bun and you can manage to have these, you can have a bun. Sorry, I dropped those. And you can switch these up by changing the bread, changing the toppings, a squirt of ketchup, some mayonnaise, some cheese. You could add some bacon. What else? I think you used barbecue sauce one time. You do have to be careful with those sauces like barbecue sauce and ketchup because they are higher in sugar. So just watch how much you put on your veggie burger so that you don't spike your blood sugar. All right, breakfast number 3. Breakfast number 3 is also a non-breakfast item on these English muffins again. I liked to make English muffin pizza out of this. So what you do is you take one of these, slice it in half, put some tomato sauce on it, your tomato sauce of choice. I think I was using the Fire Roasted Classico pizza sauce. I really like that one. And mozzarella cheese. Any toppings you want it, you could put veggies, you could put pepperoni, anything you want. Pop it into the toaster oven until the cheese is melted and you have pizza for breakfast. Who doesn't love pizza for breakfast? If you don't love pizza for breakfast, you're not my people, okay? Even my son likes pizza for breakfast. Breakfast number 4 is kind of a breakfasty item or a snacky item. Some people aren't big on breakfast and they want something smaller or less substantial than a breakfast pizza or veggie burger or breakfast sandwich. And for those people, this might work for you. It's Siggy's yogurt. And I know a lot of people had some comments about me having yogurt while I had gestational diabetes because it contains a lot of carbohydrates, and I don't get plain yogurt. I get fruit yogurt because plain yogurt tastes awful and it doesn't taste good at all. Anyway, so this one is 0% milk fat. I also like the 4% milk fat, and I think there's a 9% one too that's also really nice. So this is the blueberry one. This is my favorite. And it has 13 grams of carbohydrates and 15 grams of protein. So this has the least amount of carbohydrates of all the breakfasts I've shown you so far. So if you are a non-breakfast person, or you like, my husband doesn't eat breakfast, so this would be the thing that he would probably choose, is this yogurt to eat for breakfast. It's easy, it's small. I think it tastes nice. Some people don't like it because they think it tastes a little sour or tangy, but I don't have that problem. You could probably even throw in a handful of Bare Naked granola if they have a low sugar version. You could throw in a handful of that since this is so low in carbohydrates, and that would make a very nice breakfast. Breakfast number, what are we on, 4 or 5? 4? Okay, did breakfast sandwich, veggie burger, breakfast pizza, yogurt. We're on breakfast number 5 already. I might throw in an extra one because I thought of something else that I was eating a lot. Breakfast number 5 is not breakfast at all. It is leftovers from dinner. And specifically, leftovers from a chicken dish I would make from Practical Paleo. They have a, let me see if I can find it in here. I'll show you what it looks like. There's like spots of food on this page because we use it so much. It is their mustard glazed chicken thighs. It is amazing. They're great. It's got butter, mustard, some seasonings, and basically you just pop it on these chicken thighs and put it in the oven and bake. Now the recipe calls for skin on chicken thighs, and we always use skinless, and it worked just fine. So my breakfast number 5 is actually those chicken thighs with roasted vegetables. So while that was cooking, we'd also chop up whatever favorite veggies that we wanted, put it in a pan with olive oil, salt, spices if we wanted them, and both of those things would cook at the same time. And we'd make so much that there would be tons of leftovers. And I love this dish so much that I would eat it the next day. And I also really like roasted veggies. My favorite blend, probably like cauliflower, zucchini, onions, red peppers, sometimes mushrooms. I also like roasted asparagus, but separate from all of like a medley. And I also like roasted green beans, but I also like to do those separate because I feel like they cook a little bit differently than the other veggies I listed. So any one of those veggie mixes and the roasted chicken thighs, and I would have that for breakfast. Seriously, so good. You have to try it. I mean, if you can't buy the book, go see if the library has it, check it out, or maybe go look in the bookstore for just this recipe, try it out, and then buy the book because it's amazing. I'm gonna give you an extra freebie breakfast that I ate. This one's a little tricky because I only ate it before I did a workout. I used to teach cardio kickboxing. I don't anymore, haven't in about a little over a year, but since fruit generally spikes your blood sugar, I didn't have this except for before I worked out. It's a super easy breakfast, and I had to make it easy because I taught so early in the morning. I didn't have time to make anything, so here's what it is. Literally a banana and peanut butter. And this is my favorite peanut butter. If you haven't tried this one, you really should. It is, gosh, what store is that? Giant. It's Giant store brand natural creamy peanut butter. This is what it looks like. And the ingredients are literally peanuts, salt. That's it. But it is so good. It's better than all the other natural peanut butters that I've tried. I think you should try it too if you have a Giant near you. Yeah, so I would take this, and a cool way to make this is instead of like dipping your banana in or cutting it in slices and dipping the slices in or painting it on slices, if you slice your banana long ways like this, and then you put a layer of peanut butter on it and close it back up, it's like a banana sandwich, and you have peanut butter with every bite. How cool is that? My mom taught me that. Thanks, Mom. Anyway, those are the top 5 breakfasts that I ate. Please excuse my voice. I'm still getting over a cold. I've had it for like 2 weeks. Those are the breakfasts that I ate all throughout my pregnancy. And these are breakfasts that I ate during work days when it's hard to sit down and make something complicated. I hope that they work for you. I hope this is helpful for you. Let me know if you like it. Give it a thumbs up. Hit subscribe if you want to see more. If you're interested in other things that I ate, like snacks or lunches, let me know. Leave a comment below and I will make you a video of those things as well. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one.